morning friends. In today's topic we will discuss about cell, what are the different components of cell and what are two basic types of the cell. So cell have three basic components: plasma membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. Right? So cell have three basic components: plasma membrane, which is the outer covering of the cell. Suppose this is a cell. So this is the outer covering. This is known as a plasma membrane. And internal liquid material, we call this liquid material which is living in nature, liquid material which is living in nature, we call this material protoplasm. Right? And this protoplasm then further divided into two components, nucleus and cytoplasm. So here is nucleus, right? And this remaining part is known as cytoplasm. This cytoplasm and nucleus together known as protoplasm, right? And in this nucleus, chromosomes are present. What? Chromosomes. These chromosomes carry the genes. What are genes? Genes carry hereditary character from one generation to another generation. Like if I am tall, I am fair, then these characters are transferred from my generation to my another generation, like to my daughters, to my son, etc. Right? So genes are responsible for all the characters, whether it is height, whether it is color, or any other character. For all these characters, genes are responsible, and these genes are present on chromosome. Right? So, this genetic material is of two types: DNA and RNA. What is DNA? Deoxyribonucleic acid. And what is RNA? Ribonucleic acid. Right? So, this DNA or RNA, only one of it is present in this organism cell, whether it is DNA or RNA, and they carry the genes which are transferred from one generation to another generation. So, in all these cells, these three things are present. Right? Now, if we are talking about all the organisms, there are two type of system. One is non-cellular and another is cellular. Nowadays, you all are familiar with the term virus, coronavirus, right? So, virus. What is this virus? This virus is a non-cellular structure. This virus has no cell. It is without cell. So, that's why when it is independently present, then we call it non-living. It has no cell, no boundary. We can say cell membrane. So, it is non-living when it is present outside any living creature. But when it gets host, when it found any living body, when it attacks on any living body, it can be bacteria, plant, animal. When this virus comes in contact with any bacteria, plant or animal, then it gets the host. So now after entering in the body of these organism, it gets activated. How? Because it use the machinery of these organisms. Virus use the machinery of bacteria or plant or animal and then form its own components. And what are its components? It mainly consists of two things, DNA or RNA and protein. So these two are its basic components. So when it enters inside the plant or animal or bacteria, it uses the machinery of plant and animal and construct its own body parts. Right? It multiplies and produce large number of copies. Right? Yeah. And then in cellular, rest all the organisms which have cells as their basic unit, they all are called cellular. It can be unicellular or it can be multicellular. Right? Unicellular or multicellular. In unicellular mainly bacteria, yeast, and in multicellular plants, animals, fungi, all these. Right? Then there are two other types in this cellular system. We use the term prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Pro means primitive, purana, old, right? And eu means true, advanced. This karyotic term came from the word karyon. What does it mean? Nucleus. So it is primitive nucleus or old nucleus, and here it is true or advanced nucleus. What is the difference between primitive and this true nucleus? In primitive nucleus, chromosome material, it is present as a mass. There is no boundary. No boundary here. So we use the term nucleoid. But in case of eukaryote, this chromosome material that is packed inside a envelope which we called nuclear envelope. So we use the term nucleus. So here nucleus is absent, nucleoid is present. What is the difference between nucleoid and nucleus? In nucleoid there is no outer membrane, no boundary here it is, but here it is covered in the boundary. Right? Then second, similarly various organelles in the cell. I discussed in earlier lecture, like there are different members in our house. Similarly in the cell there are different organelles. We use the term organelles. In the cell organelles, and these organelles have different functions. Like we have mitochondria. Mitochondria produce energy in the form of ATP. It is powerhouse of our body. Right? Ribosomes. Ribosomes, they produced protein. They involved in protein synthesis. Chloroplast. They are what? They are synthesizing food. So these are different organelles and they all are different functions, but they together present in a cell. So cell how independently exists? Because these different organelles are there and they all perform different functions and thus maintain the cell as a living unit, right? So these are the different organelles. Some of these organelles have outer covering, but some organelles do not have these outer covering. So the organelles which have these covering, we called those organelles membrane bound organelles. So in this, mitochondria, chloroplast, endoplasmic reticulum, lysosomes, these organelles are membrane bound organelles. While this ribosome, which involved in protein synthesis, it is not membrane bound organelle. So in prokaryote, all these membrane bound organelles are absent, while in eukaryote, all these membrane bound organelles are present. Right? Then how the cell divides? How the cells divide? In prokaryote, simple method of division, that is fission or budding. Cell divide by these two methods. I will discuss all these methods in my coming lectures. While in prokaryote there are two methods of division, fission and budding. While in eukaryote, cells are divided by mitosis. So for mitosis we need centrioles, because in prokaryote no such kind of division, that's why centrioles are absent. But in eukaryote these centrioles are present. So suppose this is the structure of the prokaryote. This is the plasma membrane. In some cases there is another thick layer is present which we call cell wall. This is the plasma membrane. This is the mass of chromosome and single chromosome is present here. Single chromosome is present here, right? And this plasma membrane fold inside and form a structure which we call mesosomes. This is the cytoplasm and these are ribosomes and these are present on this ribosomes. Small vesicles. And in prokaryotes, for the movement, a long hair-like structure, flip-like structure is present. We use the term flagella for the motility, and small hair-like projections are present called pili. Right? So, in prokaryote, only these vesicles, plasma membrane, cell wall, mRNA, and these mesosomes, flagella, pili, only these structures are present. These membrane bound organelles are absent. Right? While in eukaryote, plasma membrane is present. In some cases, like in fungi, plants, cell wall is present, and many chromosomes are present. And this is the nuclear envelope, and this is double membrane structure is called envelope. So this is double membrane and we call nuclear envelope. and in between there are spaces are present for the entry and for the exit of substance, and we called these openings nuclear pores, right? Nuclear pores. Beside this, mitochondria are present. Here, membrane bound organelle. So this is mitochondria. Chloroplasts are present. This is also membrane bound structure. And just in the continuation there are two type of ribosomes are there. One is this, which are attached on this membrane. Rough endoplasmic reticulum, rough, which are present independently. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes, centrioles, and there is the Golgi apparatus, endoplasmic reticulum. These are the various structures which are present in the eukaryotic cell. So, basic differences of nucleus, then membrane bound organelles, then chromosome, and then reproduction. Sorry, division. Clear? Thank you.